I love bringing the meditation, the I am meditation through Saint Germain, because it feels indeed like like a certain difference when I'm bringing it like this. Maybe some of you would remember that I used to do it without channeling him, but I feel that, and it was of course not exactly the same, but I feel that his vibration is very nourishing and hopefully awakening. So I'm very grateful to all the support that he brings and to all his loving energy and wisdom that he shares with us. Unfortunately, I don't see, for example, on social media, I don't see people so interested in Saint Germain. But I keep posting and I keep sharing his wisdom because I really feel that it is much more than anything else. Any wisdom that comes from the sphere of the ascended masters seem to be much more expanded than anything else. So I'm happy for all those who are interested in his teachings. And once again, I really recommend the I Am Discourses. I think there are 3 books with the I Am Discourses, and you can go through them. And most probably, as you read the books, you will have certain insights that might come to you. Yeah, and they will stay with you, and they will create change from within. So yeah, enjoy them. Okay. So please sit comfortably, but not too comfortably. You remember, as I usually tell you when it comes to meditation, try to keep your back straight and not to lay down. Why? Because if you're getting too relaxed, then you're getting into another state of mind, which is more like theta state, alpha state, and so on. But it's not really, a state for meditation in which you're enhancing your concentration. Karana shanarina, Anea shanarana kana inayana, Rikana shana omaya, Erana kinayana, Amayana she. It is always a pleasure indeed to connect with all of you. It does happen that indeed often many of you try to establish such a form of communication with me and with many other ascended masters. We know very well that at some level it always happens. And I am here with you today to encourage you to have more trust in this communication. To know that sometimes you might sharing your thoughts or your questions. And so you might have the impression that we are not hearing you. Though when you're sharing, then surrender what you're sharing. Be sure that we are here for you and that you will receive the answers to all of your questions in ways that might be more subtle than the ways that you expect. But know that as you stay present and you continue to look within, the answer will always unfold, because that answer is indeed within you already. All the answers are already there. When you're asking the question, you're simply opening the doorway for you to find the truth within. We are also here to point to that truth. So be sure that you're confident, that you know what relies within you, because you are indeed much more than you have learned. You are not this body only, or the mind. or whatever you have been identified with. But you are indeed a multidimensional being. And beyond that, you are pure presence. So I'm joining you today to guide you on how to identify that place within you which resonates with your true home, on how to come back to yourself. Because yourself, your true self, is not something that you need to achieve. It's something which has been there forever. It's what you truly are. You do not need to go for a long journey and at the end of it to reach enlightenment. It's not about that. It's all about recognizing who you truly are, and that can happen in a blink of an eye. And so I'm joining you today, not to invite you to take steps with effort and to expect the journey to be long, but rather to know that once you enter that state, you recognize that as being your real home, and everything else starts to dissolve into that. And so I'm inviting you all to close your eyes and to breathe in and to feel that with each and every breath, you're letting go more and more of your thoughts. And your simple intention here and now is just to breathe and to be aware of it. And then to be the witness of it. And then to stay as the witness of everything else that you observe. Thoughts coming and going. Feelings. Sensations. The body. The entire mind with all its functions. The conscious and subconscious mind. You are the witness of it. And if you can look at it, it means that you are not it. You are indeed the awareness beyond it. And what I'm inviting you to do is to stay as awareness. To imagine yourself as a large screen. To observe that there can be many things popping on the screen. There might be images, sensations and feelings, even the image of your body, different thoughts expressed in different ways. But they all come and go. None of them really stays. And so each time when a thought goes, you find yourself empty again. And each time when a thought appears, you remain aware that you are not it. Each time when a feeling embraces you, you're simply aware of it. It doesn't occupy the space of the entire screen. It simply rises and then it flies away. And so it even happens with the idea of who you are. The false I, the egoic I, rises up on the screen. And then it creates its own stories. And then it fades away. And as it fades away, you remain empty once again. But then as you start now identifying with the screen and not with the objects which appear and disappear, then you start feeling that emptiness beyond them, beyond any appearance and any disappearance. And your attention is not all taken away anymore because of those objects. Your attention remains with the space, with the emptiness, with that blank space, allowing yourself to feel free, to feel unlimited, to remember that you are not bounded to any form, that you're not bounded to any story, to any role, to any belief, that all of those simply come and go on the screen as projections. As you allow them to go, you remain spaciousness. You remain free, non-attached. And so I invite you to remain in this silence, to let it embrace your heart and awaken your mind. Let yourself be the witness. Let yourself remain free. Remember once again who you truly are. Your higher self is simply that part of yourself who already knows it, who is not attached to thoughts and ideas because it knows that those are not important. When you start believing in your thoughts, you start discovering another dimension. Yes, you heard me well. The difference between the third dimension and the fifth one is that the being who lives in the fifth dimension doesn't believe in any thoughts. More than that, they do not give power to their thoughts. Thinking is a tool that has served you in the third dimension. Now, as you expand your consciousness, you're discovering a completely new world, which is beyond thinking. And so you might ask yourself, but how can I exist without thinking? And I would say, well, try it out. How is it to put water in your glass and drink from it without thinking? Can you do it? Can you walk without thinking? Can you read without thinking? And then you might observe. Then when the mind stops, you're tuning into that reality which is beyond mind and matter. And that's your true home. This is where you came from. And this is where you belong to. And so let's allow that silence to dissolve your mind into it. As you tell yourselves more and more often, there is no need to think. Everything will simply come together at the right time. There is no need to think. Then you will be changing some of your well and deep-rooted programs into the freedom that you're feeling right now. We, the Ascended Masters, have shared with you that your entire system, your entire mind is aligned with what we have called the core beliefs. Well, one such core belief says, I need to think. If I don't think, nothing happens. And we would say, indeed, if you don't think, you will realize that actually nothing happens. But this is because nothing ever happens. It is because you have identified with the illusion that you have the impression that so much happens. For you, as the real self, nothing really ever happens. You remain as you are, because you are already infinite. You are already unbounded, unlimited. What else can happen? And so, whenever you leave thinking aside, by reprogramming your own mind, by telling yourself there is no need to think, the right answer will come at the right moment, in the right moment. Then you learn how to surrender, and you will see that a higher force starts taking care of you. Until now, your mind has been taking care of you. But from now on, that higher force, the presence, the I am, will take care of you. Until we'll dissolve everything which is unreal. Just to see that you are actually that presence. And so I encourage you all to say there is no need to think. I can be free of it. Everything simply comes together. Everything is indeed orchestrated from above. I am a vessel, and so I surrender. You might observe shortly that your mind gets the idea and it starts aligning with it. You might catch yourself thinking and then interrupting it because you remember that there is no need to do it. And then you might find yourself much more relaxed. Remain the witness. Observe that everything that you have been identified with is impermanent. Your body, your mind, your person. This is not what you are. This is something that comes and goes. It is temporary. You are indeed an infinite presence that expands across all timelines, all universes. That presence cannot be bounded to any form. You are formless. Feel the great energy behind you. Feel it when you say, I am formless. Feel what that brings to you. It doesn't make you less. It makes you much more. Actually, it makes you everything. See yourself in every tree and every flower. See yourself in any living being on earth and beyond earth. See yourself in the earth itself and its waters. Isn't that much more than you have ever imagined? Wouldn't you find your freedom there? Knowing that indeed everything is possible and it has always been. That there is no limitation. And so allow your consciousness to open up and bloom. Allow yourself to see the form as a projection of the mind. Do not go against it, but honor it. And then understand that you are much more than it. You are all the forms, all the thoughts, all the ideas, all the feelings, and everything that you have ever experienced, ever imagined. and everything that you can imagine. And remain here as what you truly are. And now you can come back. But as you come back, don't come back to the identification with what you're not, but come back as you are. Find yourself home more and more within yourself, within the spaciousness that you are. And I, Saint Germain, along with so many other ascended masters, stay here with you, nourishing you, supporting you at this time, knowing that you are embodying the energy of the Master, that you are imprinting it into the grid of planet Earth. And so you're bringing it to so many other people. I honor this connection and everything beyond it. And so I truly hope to reach all of you in the easiest way possible. We, the Ascended Masters, stay just here, available for you at all times. Whenever you're ready, you can take a deep breath in and breathe out. And then please gently come back. Feel your body, feel your senses, become aware of how you feel right now. And thank you very much for receiving this transmission, for embodying this transmission. And as we said this month, for working as a master on earth. And if you have any questions, please know you can ask them in the group, and I will always enjoy answering them. And a kind reminder that we are going to meet tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. UK. Yeah, it's 1 hour later, 8 a.m. UK, for our Kriya Yoga and breath work. Yeah, it takes 1 hour. There will be recordings available, and from now on we are going to have it twice per week as we used to do. So thank you very much for joining, and hope to see you soon. Goodbye.